Hey guys, how you all doing today? Tyler here, or IlinsRock50, and welcome back to another Bloons Steve Battles video. Today, I'm doing something that I've seen suggested many times throughout the comments section and live streams, that sort of stuff. It's kind of different in my opinion, and I'll explain just about now. So a lot of people wanted me to do the micro challenge in the card mode. Woohoo! I just thought it'd be kind of neat. So I brought an ISAB, and we're going to do the micro challenge and try to get as far as we can. Could this be a world record for card battles? I don't know, because I don't think anyone else actually has tried the micro challenge in the history of card battles ever. It's just not a thing because you can't really micro. But for those who don't know, what is the micro challenge? The micro challenge is a thing in Bloons Tower Defense battles where you and opponents go in, say like Battle Park, because that's like the second best map for it. The best map is probably Bloons Circles, but that map's not available for card battles. For some reason, I just found that out. And the idea is each of you and your opponent can only have one tower on your side of the screen at any point in time. If you want more towers, you gotta sell that one first, and you have to make things work. So like we're emoting sorry because we're sending blue balloons because we only have a single tax sprayer right now. We're not going to buy anything else because we have to be as cost effective as possible with our defense so we can get a lot of income early on and just survive to late game so we can actually store up money and quote unquote micro some stuff. So I mean it kind of gets a bit challenging like in normal battles because you can just sell and rebuy abilities, and that's what makes it really effective. In card battles that's not the case because you will not reliably get the same tower twice in a row, and that kind of stuff. Like you use a Spike Factory ability to defeat ZOMGs. Well, you need more than just one ability activation, and if you just use a card, you're probably not seeing that thing again until like September 2020 at least. So you have to kind of work a different way. It's a different kind of strategy, and it isn't quite as micro heavy. There's maybe a little bit micro with how fast you can throw away cards, and maybe like how quickly use abilities, but it's a bit more strategy. So I think this is more just the one tower challenge rather than micro challenge. Still both very cool in my opinion. So now we got reactors up, both of us, because reactors will just survive until around like 23 or something like that, just by itself, and it's really not that bad. We got a lot of income we brought, but there's also a lot of cards we're chucking out because they're going to be useful late game, which I will kind of explain once we get that far. But first, I am going to also say, like, this is kind of luck-based. Like I said, you trash a card, you probably won't see it again for literally forever. Not until, like, they bury your next grandparent. So, you have to either hope and pray that maybe it comes back earlier than possible, or you kind of just die. There really is no in-between. So, this is kind of half the luck challenge, too. We do a kind of interesting strategy. Like you'll see a pattern. It's not entirely random between the both of us because we're both using like the same deck. Yeah, I think we're both using the exact same deck and therefore the exact same strategy. And there is something I want to talk about in normal battles. Normal like micro challenge, you can't really use the temple, the monkey god. You know why? Because like the only way to do a temple of monkey god is if you sell everything else and then just straight up upgrade the super monkey to a temple, and that is insanely weak. Like I'm talking, it's weaker than the third tier sun god against pretty much anything, to be completely honest. But on card battles, it's kind of different because when you place a temple of the monkey god, you don't have to place the 0th tier and just upgrade it. It places a temple automatically. So if you place a temple, it will sacrifice a tower. Towers that are in its range, or in this case, the one tower. So say, hypothetically, I have a Ray of Doom, and I place the temple. The temple and the Ray of Doom will not be active at the same point in time. It'll be Ray of Doom, temple, and right away, there's like no crossover or anything like that. So say if I do sacrifice a Ray of Doom to a temple, which I do multiple times in this video, it still counts as one tower at a time. And it turns out, when you sacrifice a Ray of Doom to a temple, that temple is pretty badass. It's not the best in the world, but it can take down like ZOMGs and that kind of stuff. Well, actually not that well. You still have to use like a little bit of quote-unquote micro to deal with it. But it is probably one of the best single towers to have if you don't plan on selling and rebuying things like crazy. Because like in the 30 rounds of normal micro challenge, you'll be seeing a lot of just like selling and rebuying Ground Zero or Ninja ability, then going back to Spectre and just back and forth. And you can't really have that here. No, you cannot. So, in case you didn't notice, we both switched over to the Apache card, the 4-2, which is actually very, 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 very good. It's like the Spectre in normal micro challenge, except this one's better. The only reason that Apache isn't used in normal micro challenge because that would mean you'd have to bring the helicopter, which is just never effective ever. You'd much rather have 4 different towers than what we have here. I mean, we have the Apache because it can actually solo Moabs in this round, and you don't have to worry about micro at all. It'll solo Moabs just fine. It'll do with camos and pretty much everything you need to until like round 32. And by then, you'll easily have money for, say, Array of Doom, which I think is the next thing on the list. And in the meantime, we're just both going ham on income. 6,000 income by round 26, guys. And you say that this game is too hard to get income in. But for realsies, I mean, I'd say we're doing pretty decent on income. We got the Ground Zero card. We got the Laser Cannon card, which is like just a mini version of the Ground Zero. And I'm also using the Apprentice just because the yellows come out pretty fast. And they're decently cost effective. So I'm just trying to use things that come out really, really fast here, like pinks and yellows. And the occasional Camo Rigger Rambo card, which is not only shitty for income, but also can only happen when you try to trash a card but miss horribly. It happened, I think, twice now in this footage, if you like kind of rewatch the past bits. But we're just kind of keep going with income. 9,000 now. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And our Apache helicopter is obviously doing pretty decent. It's a lot better against like AI because there really aren't that many mobs. But if the opponent rushes you with like $15,000 worth of balloons, the Apache will probably die. Like 3 VFBs, nope, can't handle that. 6 mobs, may not handle that. It might be pretty close. You might have to boost. Speaking of which, we are both saving our boost because it's going to be super duper useful late game. Especially with like temples and that sort of stuff. Like taking out ZMGs is not the easiest task in the world, believe it or not. We had to try a couple times so we could get it to work. We also had tried a couple times until ISAB finally caught on that in fact you can sacrifice the towers to the temples. Who would have thunk? However, and you see here, he did exactly play along this time. It's just the vanilla temple. Whoop-de-frickin-do. Actually, if I remember correctly, he's dealing with a glitch. I'll explain that. But yeah, we both got our temples. And I think his temple actually does include Array of Doom Sacrifice. There's just a current glitch right now that it's just showing a vanilla temple. Unless if I watched him correctly and he did sell his Array of Doom. Usually mobile doesn't have this glitch, just like only on Flash, where your opponent's temples will appear as vanilla, and it will look like your opponent's dying like crazy, but on their side, they're defending everything just fine. I'm not entirely sure if that's what if that is what is happening in this, but I do know for a fact that ISAB is not a hacker, and he does leak, quote-unquote, leak a lot of lives during this footage, and it's just flat out not hacking. I don't even know it can defeat the BFBs. Like, it might be close. Alright. Oh, yeah, you can see already, like, there's a bunch of balloons going through. He's not going to really drop in lives. So that means it does have the Ray of Doom sacrifice. And the Ray of Doom is a pretty damn good sacrifice, actually. $30,000 in one tower, which is the maximum amount of miscellaneous stuff you can sacrifice to a temple. So it's going to have maximum level blades and a lot more popping power in just its main laser. Like, I mean, there's basically a side-to-side comparison over here right now of just how more effective the Ray of Doom looking sacrifice temple is than the non-Ray of Doom looking sacrifice temple. There's a pretty big difference. Like, mine just goes through the mobs and stuff just so much quicker. ISAB does have it too, but again, just visual glitch. It's just how it happens. And the beauty of the temple is that we can just coast with it up until the ZOMG sends. Right now, we're just trying to mulligan our cards to get the perfect combination of towers to be able to defend past the ZOMG. Because we don't want to just die in round 43. That makes for a lame-ass video. No, we're going to infinity and beyond. One tower challenge? Pfft, we're going to get higher rounds than the actual, just straight-up highest round in card battles. I'm feeling it, guys. You feeling it too? Yeah, okay, shut up. So, I have a bunch of towers in my sidebar. If you're wondering why I have them, I have the Spike Storm, which is useful because you can use that and it'll take out a decent chunk of damage on the ZOMG. The ability should at least like take off 400 hit points or so. The Ray of Doom is obviously something I'll use when I want to place right before the temple, so I can sacrifice it and just get a max temple. Or, well, highest level temple I can. So that's not too bad. The Sabotage Ninja, which, in case you didn't know, is really, really useful for slowing Bloons down to half speed. That's what it does. So if ZOMG gets sent, I will have twice the amount of time to deal with it than how I would have if I didn't activate the ninja ability. I would also like to have the ice ability, but that is not an existing card, which makes the micro challenge a little bit difficult because you don't have ninja and ice abilities, which is quite unfortunate, but it's what we have to work with. So I plan to use like those 4 in succession when I want to deal with the ZOMG. I'd have to sell the temple, activate the sabotage supply lines, maybe activate a Spike Storm just for a bit more damage, and then place Ray of Doom, and then place Temple, and then just mulligan for those cards again. That's not enough to deal with ZOMGs. I don't know what is, but that's really as good as we're going to get. It's actually still demolishing like round 42 stuff pretty well. I'm not having to do anything crazy with selling here. Again, ISAB is actually defeating these Bloons. I don't know why it looks like he isn't. It's probably still the temple glitch, and it's just annoying for the video. So here we are, first time selling a tower in forever. He's actually using the ground 0. I was not fortunate enough to grab that, but now we got, whoops, not a laser cannon, but a Ray of Doom. Kind of misclicked. I'm like, oh yeah, those look exactly the same, which is totally not Monkey Race this. Nope, not at all. I mean, they're both like freaking red, pink, whatever you want to call it. And it's like one's a smaller version of the other. Alright, of course I'm going to get it mixed up. I also have the Monkey Pirate in there, which is actually not that useful. I thought it'd be good because I could sync BFBs, but like, what's the point of syncing one BFB when a ZOMG shits out 4 of them? It's like you're trying to kill a family, but can only kill one of the kids. Not that I can relate or anything like that. But we got past it, guys. We got past the first ZOMG. Round 44, we're going to continue trucking. There may not be any more ZOMGs for a while, but if there are, we have to make sure we're ready with all the towers we want in our loadout. In the meantime, though, the VFB should still really be no problem. As you can see, ISEB's temple is finally looking normal this time. Nothing weird or anything like that. And I'm just kind of continuing to get income. I don't have a reason to. Just getting casually 17,000. I mean, it's not like I need it. I just have over $1 million right now. I can sell and rebuy all I freaking want, and everything will be okay. But we're gonna keep going. Round 47. I don't think there's any ZOMGs this round either, so it's like you don't even need to trouble. Just check out this amazing micro, guys. Like, it's called the micro challenge. Just look at how good our micro is. That management of the tower. Oh, I changed it to strong. Oh, wait till I click back to first. Wait for it. Perfect timing here, by the way, guys. Not happened yet, but got to keep going on strong. As a matter of fact, I might just be keeping it on strong. Not sure. Oh, there it is, the first. Wow, sick micro, guys. What a bunch of sick plays I had. And here we are. ZOMG's come out right away. I'm going to Spike Storm because there's like 2 of them. ISAB got the ground 0 again. I still could not find that. And we got our Ray of Doom back and the temple. But here's the thing. It's 2 ZOMGs instead of 1. They will not always kill them at the exact same time, which is very, very difficult. It makes life very tough. So I'm actually selling the first temple and getting that back, that Spike Storm. However, I sell my Ray of Doom for a freaking Sabotage Supply Lines Ninja, which was a huge mistake. I had to get an Apache ship instead, which I thought would be a lot more useful. I just kind of sabotaged because I figured like it would need it. And now I'm selling my temple again because there is, holy crap, the ZOMGs are getting so far. I'm going to like Spike Storm, which takes out the layer, get the temple boosted, but that is not enough. And honestly, I think I made a bit of an error there. I sold my temple too many times and just couldn't get back the ground 0 I wanted. I had to sacrifice the freaking Apache to the temple first. But then I sacrificed the Spike Storm to the temple, which is even worse. The less money you put in the sacrifice, the less powerful the laser beams will be. So if I had slightly more powerful laser beams, like worth Ray of Doom sacrifice, maybe could have defended round 50 and then go on to die round 51. You never know. Or the second ZOMG would have just killed me either way. It's hard to say. Maybe beatable, maybe not. I'm not sure, but either way, I thought it was pretty fun, and I hope you guys at least enjoyed seeing it. So now I'm just kind of leaving you guys with the hilarious blooper actually. I was laughing my ass off as this happened. You guys gotta make sure to watch the end here. It's probably happening by now. So that's really all I'm gonna have for you guys. Take care and peace out.